Hey guys, welcome back. So let's try to make the first steps to install Google Flutter and create our applications. So first of all, as you can see, the website for the official website for Flutter is flutter.io, and here you can see a lot of interesting things like showcase examples and actually download Flutter. So I clicked on get started, and here you can select the operating system in which you're installing Flutter. So if you have Windows, you should click install on Windows, and here, as you can see, there is the Flutter Windows version 5.1 that you just click it and you download it. After downloading, it is suggested to unzip the content to the folder source Flutter or whatever you want, but it's important to not install it to the default program files because it requires elevated privileges. So as you can see, inside the C source file, I already set it up Flutter. So you can use actually the Flutter console. So first of all, download Flutter, and then you will be able to use it. If you're actually using Git in Mac or Linux or Windows, you can actually get the latest version of Flutter by cloning its GitHub repository. So actually you can use this one, git clone, https github.com flutter.git. You could also find this source and download it from the link section in this lesson. It is important to know that Flutter has a lot of dependencies, such as the Dart SDK and a lot of material design fonts. Fortunately, the first time you run Flutter's diagnostic tools, all of them are installed automatically. So what you have to do is just run these commands. Actually, as you can see here, you have to go to C source Flutter, as you could see, and there you can click to Flutter console, and here it is the Flutter console, where you can either click Flutter help to see all the available commands, actually how to create a new project, etc. We're not going to use the console in creating this example because I think it's a little bit more complicated, but what is important to know is that after downloading and extracting Flutter in this directory, you can run Flutter Doctor in order to run Flutter's diagnostic tools and install all the dependencies automatically. So after using Flutter Doctor, I have one issue that is not very important actually. It has to do with Android toolchain. You have to make the same steps and you will be able to run Flutter. So go to where is the Flutter Doctor. Usually is inside the folder Flutter bin. So you will see something like this the first time that you run Flutter Doctor. They will download all the material files, the packages, the Linux tools, or the Mac or the Windows tools, and then you will be able to run Flutter. So to be able to build Android apps, you must also point Flutter to the directory where you installed Android Studio. So this is the command that you can use. You can type or you can copy paste in your bus in order to run Android apps, to build and run Android apps after pointing Flutter to this directory. Although you can directly use Flutter's command line, as we saw in the previous slide, actually to create and run new apps, you are likely to have a far better development experience if you use an IDE. So we are going to use Intellij IDEA. It is the recommended IDE for Flutter. So before you start developing Flutter apps, actually you must install plugins for both Dart and Flutter. So first of all, you have to download Intellij IDEA. Download. Second one is to install Dart, and third one is to install Flutter from the Intellij IDEA environment. So first of all, let's see, I'm going to type Intellij IDEA. You go there to download, and here you can also select the platform that you're using, the operating system, and download actually not the ultimate, but you can download the community that is free, and it also has almost the most features that we will need for our mobile app. So download the community free version, and after downloading the free version, you would be able to go and select configure plugins, as you could see here. Configure plugins in the Intellij welcome screen. So in the dialog that pops up, press browse repositories button and search for the Dart plugin. So you will have something like this. Once you find it, press the install button here in order to install it, and you should do the same for installing the Flutter plugin. So you will type Flutter, and then you will type Flutter, and then you will install the plugin. Once both the plugins are installed, then you should restart Intellij. So you must now point the Flutter plugin to the directory in which you installed Flutter. So to do this, select configure settings in the welcome screen, and in the dialog that pops up, navigate to languages and frameworks and select Flutter, and in the Flutter SDK path type in the absolutely path directory. So you have here Flutter under languages and frameworks, and in the Flutter SDK path you should type your path. So press OK finally to complete the configuration. Thank you very much, and looking forward to seeing you in the next lesson.